Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Trustees, Village of Burr Ridge. It is April 13th, 7 o'clock. Our first order of business, of course, is the Pledge of Allegiance. And tonight, we are joined by and we led by Zaid Hunter. He attends Anna Jeans Elementary School. He is a fourth grader. According to his principal, Adam Parrott Sheffer, he enjoys art class most of all, enjoys sketching all kinds of things. His teacher says he puts all kinds of great effort into his schoolwork, and she enjoys having him in class. He works hard at school and stays after in one of the academic achievers classes. He enjoys playing with his friends. One of their favorite activities is playing with Pokemon cards and battling with them. Saeed has a big family with 4 sisters, 2 of which live with him, and he helps out with them a great deal. His family also likes animals, some of which they've inherited, others they just end up accumulating throughout the years. They have dogs and a bird named Nika. Is it Nika or Nika? Nika. Well, would you please come and join us and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Karen, may I have roll call, please?
Trustee Francis.
Here.
Trustee Grasso.
Here.
Trustee Pavesa.
Here.
Trustee Bolus.
Here.
Trustee Ruzak.
Here.
Trustee Maneri. Mayor Straub.
Here. First order of business, of course, is the audience portion.
You should also mention that Janet.
I'm sorry, yes. Well, Janet Grasso has phoned in for the meeting this evening, and will not be here in person, but she'll be joining us by phone, whatever country she's in today. Okay, the audience portion. Is there anyone from the audience who would like to address the board this time? Okay, seeing no one, we go to the consent agenda. The omnibus votes, all names listed with an asterisk are considered routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda. Minutes. 5A, approval of regular board meeting of March 23rd, 2015. 5B, approval of continued budget workshop of March 23rd, 2015. 5C, receive and file Veterans Memorial Committee meeting of February 25th, 2015. 5D, receive and file draft Economic Development Committee meeting of March 25th, 2015. Under ordinances, that will be 6B, approval of ordinance amending the Village of Burr Ridge Personnel Manual adopted by ordinance number 661, amending Appendix B, Loss Prevention Manual. 6C, approval of ordinance amending Section 25.09 of Chapter 25, Liquor Control of the Burr Ridge Municipal Code, Class H liquor licenses. There are no resolutions. Under considerations, approval of recommendation to authorize contract for 2015 road salt purchase. 8B, approval of recommendation of authorized 2015 tree purchase. 8C, approval of recommendation to authorize contract for purchase of police detectives and police administration vehicles. 8D, approval of proclamation designating April 19th to 25th, 2015 as Arbor Day Week. 8E, approval of vendor lists in the amount of $90,116.40 for all funds, plus $238,885.10 for payroll, for a grand total of $329,001.50, which includes special expenditures. May I have a motion to approve minutes 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D, 6 under ordinances, 6B, 6C, under considerations, 8A, 8B, 8C, 8D, and 8E.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Francis.
Yes.
Trustee Ruzak.
Yes.
Trustee Bolus.
Yes.
Trustee Pavesa.
Yes.
Trustee Grasso.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Now we're going to have a public hearing for the fiscal year 2015-16 budget.
Want to call that to order?
And may I have a motion to call the order of the public hearing?
Slam your gavel and say
Okay.
we're calling it.
Officially, a meeting within a meeting is now open.
Okay, great, thank you. This is the public hearing for the fiscal year 15-16 budget. As you know, we have met twice in the month of March to review the actual proposed budget. Since that time, we've made a couple of minor changes. We've reduced all insurance accounts to show a negative 4.9% increase in the health insurance, so our insurance rates dropped 4.9%. Then there was a corresponding reduction in the amount that the employee share of the contribution would be. We also reduced the police dispatching from a 5% estimate to a 2.5% amount. And then we corrected a transfer note in the sidewalk pathway fund, and there were a couple of typos in my budget message that we also corrected. Other than that, it's basically the same budget that we have presented to you. So with that in mind, I will read the President's budget message. The Village Board has reviewed staff's proposed budget in detail workshops held on March 9th and March 23rd. As a result, a few changes have been made to reduce, as I said, these issues. The fiscal year 15-16 expenditure budget, including transfers, amounts now to $18,105,245. In terms of the general fund, the village's largest fund, the village's operating fund, the budget reflects a surplus of $80,385. In terms of revenues for the general fund in fiscal year 15-16, they're projected to be $8,416,890, which is $141,285, or 1.7% more than fiscal year budget of 14-15 budget of $8,275,605. The 15-16 expenditure budget is $8,336,505, which is only $85,900, or 1% more than the fiscal year 14-15 expenditure budget of $8.25 million. So only a 1% increase in the budget this year. In terms of special revenue funds, the 911 fund, which was established in 88-89, this year surcharge revenues based on 60 cents per month per access line are estimated to be $67,050. Total revenue in the 911 fund for fiscal year 15-16 is projected to be $73,070. Expenditures for 15-16 are estimated at $47,425, which is $197,710, which is set aside for future capital expenditures by the Burridge Police Department, Tri-State Fire Protection District, and the Pleasant View Fire Protection District. In terms of the MFT fund, the fiscal year 15-16 motor fuel tax fund includes a transfer of $256,580 to the capital improvements fund to help pay for the 2015 road program. This transfer represents available funds expected to be approved by IDOT for the 2015 road program. This year, in the hotel motel tax fund, the tax fund will generate $482,135 in revenues. The majority of this revenue will be used to fund the marketing plan for Burridge Hotels and pay for Gateway landscape maintenance. In terms of restaurant place of eating tax, the restaurant place of eating tax fund was established in fiscal year 12-13. Proceeds in this funds are used to promote restaurants in Burridge. Place of eating tax revenues in this fund for 15-16 are estimated at $55,000, with expenditures at $52,360. Capital projects funds, there are four. First, the capital improvements fund. All non-enterprise fund capital improvements are expensed out of the capital projects fund. This in mind, revenues will come from grants and transfers from other funds. The fiscal year 15-16 capital improvement budget is $900,365, which includes the cost of the 2015 road program in the amount of $690,500. Sidewalk pathway improvement fund includes expenditures in the amount of $470,800, which includes $458,000 for projects and $11,500 for annual maintenance. It's expected that the sidewalk pathway fund will be depleted by the end of fiscal year 16-17, and all future sidewalk projects will have to compete road program for limited capital improvement funding. Next is the Capital Equipment Replacement Fund, which was established in fiscal year 91-92 to account for larger vehicle and equipment replacement. This fund currently has a beginning fund balance of $797,765, and it's anticipated that $341,200 will be spent this fiscal year. Lastly, the Stormwater Management Fund, which was established in fiscal year 08-09, it was established to better account for stormwater-related revenues and expenditures. The fund currently has a beginning fund balance of $81,011, and it's anticipated that it will have an ending fund balance at the end of the fiscal year at $78,781. No major projects are included in the fiscal year 15-16 budget, and $15,650 is included for miscellaneous maintenance. Next, the Debt Service Fund for fiscal year 15-16 includes the payment in principal and interest on a GO bond series 2003, which was refinanced from 1996 in the amount of $520,845, and a hotel motel tax fund installment loan for gateway beautification in the amount of $45,910. The principal and interest of the police facility debt certificate in 2015 is $103,865. This is all the debt that the village has. The GO bond issue will be fully paid next year in 2016, and the gateway beautification installment will be fully paid in 2 years in 2017. Water Fund, the Water Fund budget shows a surplus in the amount of $5,695. Projected revenues in the Water Fund in 15-16 are $5,039,810, or 9.6% more than the fiscal year 14-15 budget of $4,597,350, and 2.8% more than the fiscal year 14-15 estimated actual of $4,902,280. The fiscal year 15-16 expenditure budget amounts to $5,034,115 and is $171,420, or 3.5% more than the fiscal year 14-15 budget. Major capital projects in the Water Fund have been deferred to future years. Sewer Fund. The Sewer Fund was established to maintain the sewer system in the Cook County portion of the village. Revenues amount to $336,890 are projected in fiscal year 15-16, with expenditures in the amount of $279,225, leaving a surplus at the end of the fiscal year of $57,665. Next is the Information Technology Fund, which was established in fiscal year 96-97 to account for all costs related to delivery of information services to the internal departments of the village. Fiscal year 15-16 revenues are estimated at $256,790, which is comprised primarily of transfers from the general water and sewer funds. Fiscal year 15-16 expenditures are estimated at $245,850. Next is the Police Pension Fund. The fiscal year 15-16 Police Pension Fund revenues are estimated at $1,167,135, of which $593,000 is projected to be collected from property taxes. This amount equals the village's required contribution under the state law based on the pension fund's actuarial report. Total pension disability payments equal $889,410, which is $18,270 more than budgeted last fiscal year. Pension disability payments include 5 police officers on permanent disability, 10 retirees, and 1 survivor spouse. Total police pension fund expenditures equal $945,500. As indicated earlier, details of each budget are included in the budget document. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions regarding the fiscal year 15-16 budget.
Any members of the audience have any questions? Seeing no one. Close the public hearing and turn back to the board. Trustee Francis?
I'll wait till the ordinance approving the
6A.
budget.
Roll call to close the meeting.
The meeting was already, the meeting didn't have roll call to open it, so don't need to close it, do we?
I don't think we have to.
We usually do.
What's that?
We usually do.
We usually do? Okay, well then, ask a motion to close the hearing.
Okay, motion to close the hearing?
So moved.
All those in favor?
No, is there a
Oh,
second?
roll call? Roll call.
Trustee Bolus?
Yes.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
Trustee Grasso?
Yes.
Trustee Pavesa?
Yes.
Trustee Ruzak?
Yes.
5-0.
Okay, now we will move on to ordinances, actual discussion of the budget amongst the board members. Consideration 6A under ordinances, consideration of an ordinance adopting the budget for all corporate purposes of the Village of Burr Ridge, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois, in lieu of the appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year commencing on the first day of May 2015 and then on the 30th day of April 2016. Board members, questions of our village administrator? Trustee Francis.
Comment and a question. First of all, I want to thank staff, Steve, Jerry, all the department heads, and all the staff members that provided the valuable input to this budget, which holds the line with a very frugal 1% increase. And I want to commend all the hard work that went into it. Very much appreciated by the residents. I had a question. In Sunday's Chicago Tribune, there's an article about lost for suburbs agencies $50 million because of an investment that various taxing bodies throughout the state made in the Illinois Metropolitan Investment Fund. And we were not listed. Burr Ridge was not listed in that listing that was provided, but I would like to know, and the residents would like to know, when we do have surplus funds that are being held in reserve, where those are kept, where those are invested in.
Well, we can certainly provide you with a report. I mean, there's a myriad of different investment.
Just, I think, an overview. I don't need a detailed report, maybe just an overview of the types of tools that are being used and how effective they are.
Well, even IMET, I believe, is effective. There's been a lot of discussion that you see there. And,
Yes.
And it was just a bad situation with the fraud. They defrauded not only IMET, they defrauded the broker, Pennant, and they also defrauded the Department of Agriculture.
Correct.
So that's a serious situation, but a very unfortunate situation. And we have used IMET in the past, not for this particular fund that they have, but for other funds. There's Illinois funds, which is a different collective, collaborative organization, municipal organization where we invest money. But for non-police pension type funds, we're very, very limited.
Correct.
In what we can invest. And of course, the investment, the monies that we receive have gone down dramatically over the last couple of years, as everybody's has. That used to be a major revenue source where we could expect 5 or 6% increase interest every year, and now we're down to under 1% in some cases. So as I say, the funding and the investment opportunities, are very conservative, and usually short-term types of instruments. Now, there's some longer-term instruments that we know that we could invest in because we don't need it. The finance director ladders his investments so that they don't all come due at the same time. Obviously, that's why we're still getting a little bit more money than we might otherwise as a result of that. But I can certainly have the finance director provide you a complete analysis if you'd like.
No, you've answered my question. It's following a safe, conservative strategy to minimize the village's exposure to some of these instances out there. And of course, you can't predict the fraud that took place in this instant. Investment counselor was recommending a fund that he thought was safe, and it turned out to be quite the contrary. So I appreciate the update. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, may I have a motion to pass ordinances 6A?
I'd like to make the motion to approve the ordinance adopting the budget for fiscal year 2015-2016.
Second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
Trustee Pavesa?
Yes.
Trustee Bolus?
Yes.
Trustee Ruzak?
Yes.
Trustee Grasso?
Yes.
5-0.
Okay, motion passes. Under other considerations for announcement, deliberation, and/or discussion only, no official action will be taken. Any announcements?
Make an announcement.
I'll do that under reports and communications. Under audience portion, anyone from the audience would like to address the board at this time? Okay, under reports and communications from village officials, I have a number of them that are coming up this week. Secretary of State will be here on Wednesday at the Village Hall from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They'll be offering different various services when it comes to licensing and transfer, et cetera. They will be here from, again, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Also on the Springside curbside pickup, spring curbside pickup begins for brush on Monday, April 20th. Please be reminded that the spring 2015 program will be conducted that week. Again, this year the brush will be collected by a grapple claw mechanism and removed to a remote site for chipping. As a reminder, please ensure that the brush conforms to all the requirements that are posted. In addition, there's a grand reopening of Spring Hill Suites coming up on Tuesday, April 21st. Before that, of course, this weekend, the Global Luxury Imports having an open house.
Yeah, I have one.
Pardon me?
I have a communication, if I may.
I'm sorry?
I have a
Oh,
communication,
absolutely,
if I
absolutely,
may.
yes.
Are you finished? Are you finished?
Yes,
Everyone?
thank you.
Okay. I just wanted to encourage all residents to consider attending the Burr Ridge Citizens Police Academy. I recently finished the course and found it to be very interesting and exciting. Our police department truly are dedicated individuals who care about Burr Ridge and their residents. We have, Angie Wilhelmi and her group of officers have developed a curriculum for the police academy that is amazing. It truly is a behind-the-scenes look at what the police department does. It's hands-on, and it was very, very good. Again, they will be having the police academy in the fall, and I encourage all residents to join it.
From time to time, when we pass out our requests to the people, one of the things that comes up all the time is the library. And the comment I just want to make is we've made arrangements with Indian Prairie Library for village members that they could join. And one of the reasons we support that is it's an extremely very well-run library, and it's also just been elected one of the top 20 of they checked out 29 libraries in this section of the state, and they ended up being #1. So it just behooves the resident of Burr Ridge to, if they want the services of a library, please go over and join. We've already made those arrangements, so it won't be hard. And the other thing, I'd just like to thank the voters of Burr Ridge for electing me for another term as trustee. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we are going to go into a closed session at this time. So may I have a motion to close the open meeting?
Based on these reasons.
Oh, the specific reason?
Yes, you
Okay.
have to read those.
We are going to be covering, and this is all, of course, posted, approval of closed session minutes of January 26, 2015, determination of, to release closed session minutes through June 2014, determination to destroy verbatim recordings of closed session meetings for the period of July 2012 through September 2013, deliberation of salary schedules and benefits for one or more classes of employees, also collective bargaining. May I have a motion to close the open meeting first?
So moved. Second?
Roll call.
Trustee Rozak?
Yes.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
Trustee Grasso?
Yes.
Trustee Cabeza?
Yes.
Trustee Bolas?
Yes.
5-0.
The open public meeting is now closed. Thank you for joining.